Hello everybody, my name is Drea. I'm sure most of you here are omnivores and most likely eat a meal that contains meat in it at least once or twice a day. Today I'm going to describe to you how the consumption of meat can potentially be dangerous to our bodies. I chose this topic on meat for exactly that reason. Everyone eats it and not everyone is aware of the risk they may be facing. I'm not here to convince you out of your daily lifestyles, but to inform you and simply be cautious when dining. I have researched this for the past 2 to 3 years, and when it was first presented to me in an English class, I thought to myself, whoa, this has got to be a joke. You find something new every day. I hope you all enjoy. I will review some specifics about our culture today, along with meat, its process before being served, and a little video. Don't worry, it won't be too boring. The first most important thing I want to reveal to you today is how obesity rates have been increasing within the past 4 decades. In Barbara Mantle's Preventing Obesity article, she cites, the prevalence of obesity has more than tripled among children and teens since the mid-1970s, rising from 5% to 17%, with the most rapid increase occurring in the first 2 decades and leveling off during the past 10 years. This may not be as shocking to you as those in other parts of the world. However, this is a crucial increase. We and our children are the future, and obesity creates opportunities for risk of having future health problems. Now, I will discuss the meat. In researching David Massey's article on diet and health, Reed Mangle, a nutrition advisor for the Vegetarian Resource Group, stated that meat contains a high level of saturated fat, which increases the risk of heart disease. This has also been linked to diabetes and some cancers. Meat is unnecessary and unhealthy, he adds. Depending on the type of meat, how it was raised, farmed, and processed, this can be very true. Bonnie Lineman adds, the high standard of saturated fat in meat has been linked to prostate and colon cancer. This can be debated. Randall Huffman, Vice President of Scientific Affairs for the American Meat Institute, argues, meat has a tremendous nutritional value and is very good for you. Both of these statements are very true, but on completely different extremes. Yes, some meats can be unhealthy and overly consumed. However, with careful selection and moderation, it can be beneficial. With rates of consumption today, it is quite disturbing to see. We end David's article with this interesting fact. Many nutritionists have warned too much meat, especially red meat, can increase the risk of heart disease, stroke, and some forms of cancer and other chronic ailments. This is true for almost anything. I think most of you would agree. One can't even consume too many vitamins or drink too much water without possibly suffering from risk of anything. However, we're talking about meat here. Continuing on our meat discussion, I will now move on to enlighten you with Jennifer Weeks' article. Factory Farms. Jennifer Weeks' article, Factory Farms. Throughout this piece, she communicates many truths and most meat-eating consumers are unaware of. I say this because I once was a meat eater and had no idea where and what was actually being done to my food before it reached my plate. I came to find it very discomforting. First thing I would like to point out from Jennifer's article is this impressive statistic. Americans who eat more meat than any other nation, 218 pounds per capita in 2004, up from 190 pounds in 1980. This was more than 8 years ago, and fast food industries have been booming since then. We can all only imagine how much more the numbers have increased. Not only do we eat more meat than any other nation, we definitely dine out the most as well. This isn't always the best because you aren't observing how the meat is cooked or kept sanitary if even. Back in the day, livestock was raised by family farmers, treated with care, and fed what they were meant to be eating. Today, factory farms can produce large quantities of food cheaply. Animal welfare advocates call them inhumane, and environmentalists and local residents say that they generate pollution and noxious odors and byproducts. Anything for cheap isn't always the best route. Not saying everything expensive is better for you. However, we all know it's about quality, not quantity, and in this case, it's all about quantity. Farmers never used to use hormones or alter their animals' diets, but feed them what was required in their diets and excess proportions to get them plump. Today, many large farm operators routinely use antibiotics not just to treat sick animals, but also to promote growth. The Food and Drug Administration, also known as FDA, had approved 18 antimicrobial drugs growth promotion in food for animals. Now I will show you a video that helps to tie everything in. Do we have a volume?
The knob on the dashboard.
I understand why farmers don't want to talk, because the company can do what it wants to do as far as pay goes, since they control everything. But it's just gotten to the point that it's not right what's going on, and I've just made up my mind. I'm going to say what I have to say. I understand why others don't want to do it. And I'm just to the point that it doesn't matter anymore. Something has to be said. It is nasty in here. There's dust flying everywhere. There's feces everywhere. This isn't farming. This is just mass production, like an assembly line in a factory. When they grow from a chick, then in 7 weeks you've got a 5.5 pound chicken, their bones and their internal organs can't keep up with the rapid growth. A lot of these chickens here, they can take a few steps and then they plop down. It's because they can't keep up with all the weight that they're carrying. That's normal. There's antibiotics that's put into the feed, and of course that passes through the chicken. The bacteria builds up a resistance, so antibiotics aren't working anymore. I have become allergic to all antibiotics and can't take them.
Okay, so this is one of the videos that I got to see that helped me move to where I stand today. Yeah, kind of disturbing. Sorry about that. This is one of many reasons why I quit eating meat. I thought to myself, this is food industry. They give the animals drugs which promote growth. What is it eventually going to do to me and my body if it's deteriorating these animals? It was a great concern to me, and it was a big decision I decided to make and call it quits. I hope I didn't scare anyone out of anything. I just wanted to caution you. Be safe. Happy Halloween.
So Ben, what did you think?
Overall, I thought your intro was pretty good. You made it pretty clear on what you were talking about, where you stand on it. Your roadmap was pretty good. I'm not sure if you hit all the points that you were going to be talking about, but we had some idea of where you were going. I'm not sure about the first point that you made about childhood obesity. It's a good point, but maybe not as the first point, because at that point we have no, we don't know how that ties into meat being, overconsumption of meat being bad. Besides that, I think your organization was pretty good. Might have been good to know exactly where you stand, or how exactly how it's changed you, like how often you eat meat, or if you don't at all. I think the video was pretty informative. I'm not sure if it put you over time or not, but I felt like it was informative. So yeah, overall, I think it